Sorry guys. How we doing? I'm back. Thanks all for joining us. We've got two people in the house, Mike and Carl. Good to see you. If you're just joining us after the fact, after we've been live, thanks a lot. We've just finished up the clubhouse. I've just managed to go out and quickly get a wee kind of juice and get to the toilet and whatever. So we're here for, I just need to set some stuff up. We are here for Game Week 156. 156 I think it is. So the game week, I think we're going to be coming in with a tier 2 rare from under 23 D4 from memory, and that will be coming to us. Let's go, David. That's it, my man. So really glad that Captain Vlasic has managed to go on a tear today. Shot 50 points without any goal contributions, no assists, no goals. I'll do display, no, I'll do window capture. And Captain Vlasic on the very last day for us managed to just pull us in there. I think I was about 24th when last time I checked SoRare data, and that was after the Moscow game. I don't know if it was since the Leverkusen game, which I know also had some other 23 cards in it, like Verts and maybe one or two others. How's your game week going, guys? We've got 10 of you here now. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Any of you that are here that follow me on Twitter, if you could do me, you know, I do ask this quite often, but being like, please help me here, kind of thing. I've just put a short tweet out there just when I quickly ran away from Clubhouse to, you know, get this set up. If you could do me a wee favour and like and retweet it for me, just so that more people catch it. So it wasn't a big tweet or anything. It was just like, I'm live, come and join me, kind of thing. Evening, non-stick llama. Good to see you, mon frere. Just need to fix this camera on the second page, guys, and I will. Let's get on here. Why is that not? Right. So I went for a lovely little walk today after work. I had some work to do in the afternoon, and I was planning on. Oh, there we go. Got it. I was planning on doing some video stuff. Oh, guys, honestly, I hope you're enjoying the MLS series. By the way, it must be said, I've dropped 2 episodes. Episode 3 will go out. Well, it will go out tomorrow at some point. Then Wednesday, and then yeah. So it'll go out. Oh, I might even put it out tonight. By the way, I've got. Right. So what I'll do when I finish the stream is I'll just make sure that the episode 3 is ready. I'll be putting it out later tonight or early tomorrow. The series, by the way, if you haven't watched it, it's me, Andrew at RotoWire, Surface to Air Missile, Jay Hod, Martin Cooper, and SoRare USA. I had so much fun with all the guys talking through them, different clubs and players, and honestly, some of the info that the guys brought to the table was absolutely incredible. I've not finished editing episode 4 and 5. I just need to fix them up, and then they'll go out the back end of this week. But episode 5 will land on Friday, and then Saturday is MLS is back, kind of, you know, it's not MLS is back, but MLS is actually back, you know, kind of thing. And I think I'm ready to hit boom. Right, okay, so we're over here now, sorted. Magic, guys. So I was, Carl, me, we were just talking about Paul Lopez. That's why he's on my screen here. Where's my wee mouse? So the game week itself, we've finished out quite well. Let's have a wee look at the scores, and let's see. My internet's actually quite shaky now, guys. I know the kids are on tablets and stuff like that, so the Wi-Fi is probably getting jammed. If you can let me know about the stream quality, if it dips or anything, just keep me in that. Give me a wee heads up. Game week, the actual game week we're going into is threadbare, and I'm mega optimistic. I'm able to put out 2 teams this game week. I'll show you what they are in a minute. I've got 2 goalkeepers that should start. I've just seen somebody saying my face. Oh, it's Hendo. Hendo, good to see you. It's Matt. Hey, Matt, good to see you. Chris, oh, brilliant. Paul Lopez Common didn't play. I've got Paul Lopez Common as well, Chris. That's cute, isn't it? Sakala was a DNP as well, but he still scraped a 0.01. Chris Quirk, well done to you, my man. Is it really laggy? Right, guys, hang fire for 2 ticks. Okay, 2 ticks. There we go. I'm hoping that's kind of fixed it. I've just turned off some extra Wi-Fi things like my phone and a Chromecast, and, you know, family and kids and all the rest of it. So it's been a really like busy day for me. But I'm really hopeful for the 2 lineups I'm going to manage to get out this game week. Again, I'm not going to be going anywhere near the special weekly. It's just never really that appealing to me, really. You know, like top 10 webcam is like, okay, if it's just the webcam, I'll probably just bin this webcam. I'll just pull it away. If that's what's been a bit laggy, then we'll just pop me away. Remove, yeah, let's get that removed, and then we'll just move you down a wee bit. So wait, right, okay, maybe that's gonna be a bit better. I've been offered a van. Oh. Jamie, I just read that first line is I've been offered a van. Van der Werf, straight swap for my Figueroa Quinny. Now, Jamie, I don't know enough about either player. I'm not gonna lie to you, son. So what I'm gonna do, I'll check my game week. Right, I'll have a wee look at both the players, and we will see if I can offer any kind of advice. I'm just going to quickly just change for 2 seconds. Back to me for a second. Is it still laggy like this? Boom, just let me know. So, oh no, not a chance! Not a chance. I've been kicked out of the D3 rewards. Oh, you've got to be joking. I was sitting 24th before the Leverkusen game. I don't know what's happened. Oh, that is a kick in the stones, man. Oh. Fucking raging, man. Got to pray for an opta adjustment. I think it's top 25 in D3. I should really know this by now, shouldn't I? Man, that's just totally kicked me in the stones. Carlos SoRare missed a penalty, let the 100 score in Depay. Captain, guys, wait till you see all my captain picks from this game week. I nailed them all. Well, Vlasic wasn't really nailed. I suppose nailing the captain in this team would have been the Van de Voort. I'm never going to pick the goalkeeper to be captain. So I think, yeah, I could have picked Theo. Theo Hernandez was on track to hit 80 until he got booked and until AC Milan lost the clean sheet. But 100 captain for Depay, nailed it. This team here, Teze shot as 96. Captain, nailed it. Still 25 points off a tier 3. Akhmetov let us down. Sharon didn't really turn up either. But the goalkeeper, you know, everything else did okay. Champion Asia D3, yeah, didn't really nail the captain there. Should have been Machida. All-Star D3, we captained Dumfries, shot an 80. Nailed it. But the DNP Ki Sung Young is a kick in the stones. And even with the DNP, we're only 62 points off a card. Really strong performing team, really unlucky. Champion Euro D4, Captain Kamada ran the roost. Sane and Wirtz, no one else really, just really Kamada. They were the only ones that really carried their weight. And you know, I was thinking of this after Kamada shot. I thought Kamada would have been in a Champion Euro team or under 23 team. Should I have maybe put him in this champion team ahead of SoRare? I could have maybe put him in the under 23s ahead of Vlasic. I probably wouldn't have, to be honest with you, but I could have quite easily put him in there because that team is like old school Quinny Gallery. SoRare is also, which is why SoRare did get the nod because I thought that nostalgia might reap some benefits, but not this game week it would seem. So really disappointed with the Key not playing. Kamada was a boss, love to see it. Challenger Euro D4, Captain Sharon didn't do much, but I was really pleased to see Yedlin. I was having this chat. I'm not, Jamie, sorry, I've took my camera away just because guys were saying it was lagging. Is it 30 places, Hendo? Good catch. Tapsoba, Matt, was it? Was it Tapsoba that screwed me? I was really happy with Yedlin's score, and I was saying this to Ross and maybe one or two other guys in our private chat. But there's so many attractive defenders in the Challenger region that you could buy defenders all day long at a good price that can score you big scores. And this game week is kind of showing that again. It's the first time I've looked at All-Star D4 today. I'm really glad to see that Chris Richards showed up and put in a score of 50 for me to get me over the line. So that at least, pardon me, I'm picking up. This is a good one, guys. So I've picked up my ether on this, my 0.02. With, as Chris Quirk was saying, Per Lopez was a DNP. My comment, Per Lopez, also DNP'd. But I nailed my captain choice. Ika Ugbo shot a 91. Captain Fabulous done that for me. and we've managed to get over the line even with Sol shooting a 31. So I was actually really happy about the game week coming away with a tier 2 under 23 card. I am now not as happy because I don't have that. Top 30, Ross is saying, an Opta adjustment might just save the day for me. But at this late hour, I don't know. If Larson get more points than 44, I wouldn't be surprised. I watched that game. One thing I'll say, guys, by the way, I'll actually show you this if I can on screen. Yeah, I should be able to. So what I did, right, I don't think I've done this before, right, but see if you go into YouTube, you picked up the Ki-Sung Young Unique, Connor Ross. I think it was just a wee bit of, I think it was a rotation thing. He got a little bit of a knock before the Ulsan game, so he started on the bench, played the last 30, got the assist, as you'll know if you've got the Unique, and then I think the game, this game week, I think they were just like, we'll just give him a rest. We didn't need him. I think it was quite an easy match for them. But if you put in Russian Premier League, you come to their official channel. So you can actually go into this little channel, right? And it doesn't show it for me, right? Because I've already done it. But you can go into their actual channel. And you want to join it as a member. Now, I toyed around with this facility on my channel in the summer, and I will actually be bringing it back soon. I'm not going to discuss that anymore. I'll bring it up to you as I can, as and when I can. But I've joined this as a member. It comes off my phone bill. It's like £2, £3 a month, and I can watch 2 games a month with English commentary from the Russian Premier League on YouTube. So I watched the Spartak game, Spartak v Lokomotiv. That was really cool. And I can watch one more Russian game, I'm guessing within the month of April. I don't know if it's like a 30-day from the day you join, a 30-day kind of cycle. But it's like £3 a month. And to watch 2 games a month for £3 is incredible value. You know, I paid BT £25 a month, and I probably watch 4 or 5 games, Champions League and whatever with them. I pay Now TV like 20 quid a month for Sky Sports only. And again, I maybe watch 3 or 4 matches on that a month. So to get this for like £3 a month and get 2 matches, and you know, I think it's great. So if you haven't done that already, then I definitely recommend it. If you're on, you know, you obviously are on YouTube because you're watching me right now. But if you're so inclined, for £3 a month, guys, if you have any Russian League players or you're thinking about buying some players in territory, and that's a reason. All the highlights are on it, Match of the Day style. In terms of like the little 3 to 6 minute highlight packages, they all get uploaded on that channel as well once they've put the packages together. So if you haven't checked that YouTube channel out, see, the thing I love about Russian football that I loved right before Christmas, and I've recently realised that I do love, is they've got like 50% crowds in. So especially that Moscow game I just watched, it was a derby. The crowd was good, man. You know, and seeing people scoring goals and going to the crowd, and mate, Russian football is good. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good watch right now. And I'm not sponsored, not an affiliate or anything like that. But I would, you know, I say it's £3. It goes on your phone bill. If you know it's your phone bill, went up by £3, and you got to watch 2 football matches, I don't think this is that a bad deal. So this is my D4 lineup, right? Sherpin will play most likely against Roma. I think Roma will progress, but I'm going to go with the Kel over my common Pow. And then these are basically all the other players I have that should play. I've actually been really happy. Marko Grujic has played the last 2 matches. So he played the first leg against Chelsea, and then he played the league match at the weekend. So I'm thinking and hoping he's going to get another game again today. I think he's maybe fell into favour. He's maybe doing what the manager's asking him to in training. Marko Grujic is a really cheap player. If you don't know, he's on loan from Liverpool. He played some pre-season for Liverpool, and some people thought, oh, maybe, because I think, I've said this before, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Marko Grujic was the very first player that Klopp signed, or the first player that Liverpool signed after they signed Klopp. So he'll either go back to Liverpool and be a squad player, which won't be that great for SO5, or what's much more likely, if he finishes well, at the season with Porto, he did really well by all accounts at Hertha Berlin last year. So I don't see him being a bit part player at Liverpool. Very likely he'll get another loan or be sold. So if you can get him, point being, if you can pick him up now really cheap, get a few matches out of him, because Porto are a good team, and if he's being the playmaker. That's where he plays centre mid, centre mid. Then he could be a wee sneaky one for you if he's coming back in. So keep your eyes peeled on the market. If a challenger type midfielder with a little bit of upside for next season, potentially, there's a wee roll of the dice. Who knows if he'll get transferred, if he'll be a bench player, of course. Then Grujic is definitely worth a little peek. Hitate has been rotated out. It's been a little bit of a kick in the teeth recently, but I'm hoping he rotates back in. I'm just going to dive back over to my little camera thing here, just so you can see me. I'm just going to make sure I'm keeping up to date with the chat. If there's any questions you want from me, guys, there's been a lot of stuff going on over the weekend and whatever, feel free to fire away. I know I had a good chat with Carl and Morts and Ross and that. The clubhouse was only like 4 of us in there. It was a really good, like, it's almost like it was like a little private clubhouse almost. It was good, but to talk to the guys and catch up. Chris Quirk, and like Sriracha and Challenger, honestly, Sriracha was one of the guys I had favourited for when Galatasaray did come on, because they were teased for a while. He's on loan from Leipzig. I'm a big fan of the guy. He's just been a bit unlucky that they signed Angelino and he's been so good. The problem with Sriracha is he'll either go back to Leipzig and be rotation for Angelino. Because of loaned him to Galatasaray, they haven't sold him. Same with Jan and Vogel. It's kind of hard to judge where Leipzig are with some of these guys because, like, who was the other one they had? They just sold him. They had the guy out on loan for a while, then they sold, I can't remember who it was now. But you do run the risk with some of those guys like Matthias Cunha, that's who it was. He didn't go out on loan, but Matthias Cunha wasn't prepared to wait for Werner to leave, so he forced to move to Berlin. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Sriracha, almost like Angelino in Man City situation, but Sriracha, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back there and says, listen, if I'm not playing, sell me, because he's been playing by all accounts, he's been playing quite well for Galatasaray. He's a very exciting fullback. I've seen him play. He's good. I like him. Connor Ross, I'm hoping it's rotation as well. Connor, of course. I'm quite certain it is. I don't think there's anything bad. I think I've just said, listen, Key, you did really well. Great start to the season, pal. You helped us out against Ulsan. Didn't really work out for us. Take the next game off, and in the next match after that, we'll go on a wee run. We'll go on a tear. Hendo's telling me that I need IPTV. I definitely do. There's anyone who I know who has IPTV. See, whenever I want to watch a game of football with them, something fucking happens. They need to update their software, they need to phone some guy and give him money, or they need to phone a guy who phones the guy to change a code, or... I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. Just checked it out there. You get 8 teams for a $5. Yeah, so there's different scales, Malky, so you can pay them like £5 a month and you can watch this and that. There's different rates. I just did the £2-3 one because... It's like, I'll watch this game I was on Saturday. I was like, I'll watch this game for sure. Then I've got another game, and I thought I'll watch it cool. And if I end up watching more, this, how much extra you paying? £3, you get another 5 matches. It's a good deal. But yeah, Malky, good for checking it out. And if you've got Russian players, then I think you'd be remiss not to pay £2-3 and watch a match. I mean, Grujic was first signing. Mikey boy has caught me. Thank you very much. I love knowing wee stupid things like that. It makes me happy. Evening Quinny. Evening Mark. Good to see you. Morts is in the house. Cunha was daft to leave. Well, yes, because like Berlin have been a basket case of a club for a few years, threatening to go big and never really quite making it. But he's looked so good. Oh, 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. I need to actually not plug my battery in. 2 seconds. That might have actually been part of the problem, guys, when I was going a wee bit sticky or whatever. It was maybe because my laptop was running on reserve power. Alex Dobbins, yo, good to see you, pal. What are we talking about there? Sorry, Cunha. Yeah, so, Werner was always going to be sold, so if I was advising Cunha, I would definitely advise him to stay. They've brought in Hwang, and he's done okay, and I think he can do the Werner job, and I think he probably will in time. But they've signed Brian Brobby as well. Kluivert's actually looked really good recently. Wouldn't be surprised if they wanted another year on him on the loan. Don't know if they make him permanent, because I don't know how much money Roma would want for him, because I think they paid Ajax a good bit of money for Kluivert. I think Kuku's great. Forsberg's been playing up front from time to time. Also, there's the big man Sorloth. So I'm really, honestly, I cannot wait for Leipzig to come on. They're one of the teams that on my wee whiteboard of targets. I'm like, Leipzig. If Leipzig come on the platform, we're spending some ETH. We're going into the market. We're picking up some guys. And I'm not going to name names. If you've been on the channel, you know who I like from Leipzig. There's not really too many bad players to be had. I don't see them coming on in time to catch a new Pamecano before he goes to Bayern. But yeah, how did we go on to talk about that again? Oh yeah, Cunha and Sriracha and all the rest of it. Alex, Stefan, Monfrere, good to see you. Cardower's here as well, good to see you, my man. And you guys are chatting about ETH and rewards. Lovely, lovely. So if you're just joining, we're up to about 20 now or so. I'll just show you my D4 again, okay? So this is oh, sugar bear, make sure I change screen. So this is just all my kind of loose ends, all my extra players that are playing, should play, could play. Grujic, I don't have any other midfielders, I don't think, that are playing. I think he is like my only option. I've got Kawabe, a wee bit of a reveal there for who's my D3. I only have 3 midfielders playing from the looks of it. Yeah, so I'm kind of on bare bones. I've got Isco as well. I'm not confident Isco starts because he started the weekend, and normally, or no, he came off the bench maybe perhaps, but normally same with Ferran Torres. I'm not convinced he plays against Dortmund. Those guys are rotational. They'll play domestic matches. They don't mean much, but the bigger matches they're going to play Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. I don't think that's in question really. And then Hatate, I think I literally have 2 strikers that have matches. Yeah, so I'm not got much option. But that team, hopefully it fetches me some ETH. That would be lovely. 38th in Asia. Well done, Non-Stick Llama. Is that a card? Yeah. I think it is. If it's D4, should be picking up a card for 38th. Adam Gushibech is at 0.03 ETH. Don't you think is an opportunity? Adam Jakubich. Oh, somebody else asked me a card question. I'll check that out. Let's check your guy out. Jakubich, right? Jakubech. Or Jakubek. See what nationality is before I decide how I'm supposed to pronounce it. Oh, come on. It sounds like Belgian, Dutch, Norwegian. A reserve goalkeeper. Is he playing? This is the first time I've actually seen the new SoRare data, like revamped player pages. Yeah, but mate, he's not really playing. Is that Stefan? You're going to need to clear that up for me. Is this guy coming back from injury? Is he getting transferred? I need to know the story. Because he's done okay when he was in the team, but you're going all the way back to game week 46 through to game week 104 to get that bunch of scores. It's a really long period of time. I also understand there have been COVID and amongst all that and all the rest, blah blah blah. But I need to know why you think best offer on the market 0.033. I need to know why you fancy that. And I'm going to go find who was asking me the deal that they were offered. Oh, Ian Knight. Sorry, I did see this and I meant to grab it. Hi, I'm a newbie trying to flip cards to raise funds for next season. Well done, Ian. Power to you. Doing okay, but have you got any tips? Best leagues, best positions, etc. Now, Ian, I'm going to jump back over to this page and I'll find the comment. Okay, now, Ian, it's a great question. One thing I tell anyone who asks me that is the Challenger region, the Asia region, and the MLS region are always quite liquid. Asia and MLS, you're really feeling... Well, Asia and MLS are quite distorted now, but all the prices are really high. I think a lot of the J-League prices will come down when we get the new cards come out. We got the announcement today on Discord that this latest batch of J-League auctions are the last batch of the 2021 season cards to go out, which, like the K-League before it, signalled the following week we'll get new cards. So I think the J-League prices will come down a bit. But Challenger Euro has the biggest diversity of cards, so as a region, you can quite easily go into there, put the time in, put the research in, and you will be able to build a really good team out of the Challenger region that won't cost you too much. When the upturn happens, you know, the forms go from averaging 40 to averaging 50 plus, you can easily sell into the market. Most people will pick up for you, you know, because buying a card that's at 0.06 and selling it for 0.14 is actually really achievable for a lot of cards if the real world circumstances around it support it. Like, you know, they're playing for the club, they're playing well, whatever. But picking a card up that's 0.4 and trying to then flip it for 0.7 is a lot harder, because if it's 0.4 it's already a really good player, and for it to get to 0.7 you're then waiting for the supply and demand kind of like scales, if you like, to tip in your favour, where everyone who's holding him is playing so well nobody wants to sell him. That's what moves the price on those guys. Whereas when you're at that end, and especially in Challenger, because there's such a variety of choice, there is so much supply in that region in particular, especially for defenders. So when you're doing that, Ian, defenders are probably really liquid to get in and out of. Please test that with a really small sample or any sample piece you care to. But in my experience, challenger region defenders are quite fluid. You can quite easily pick a guy up when he gets a red card for 0.09 or 0.009, and then sell him when he's back. You know, like Denzel Dumfries. You know, like I bought Denzel Dumfries for 0.14, and for ages recently he was like 0.09, 0.11, wasn't doing too much. He's knocked out 280s back to back, and he's back up to the price I bought him at when he was a good bit cheaper, and he's kind of creeping a wee bit above that. So he's a good example again of, like I'm saying, challenger region defenders is a great little cross-section piece of the market to operate in. Same probably with challenger anything, really, to be honest with you. Challenger region is really good, really fluid, liquid. In my experience is only limited to my experience, you know. So that's where I would definitely recommend to start. I'm just going to, I can see there's more comments coming in, guys, but I want to find this trade that somebody asked me about. I'll go through that with these, and then I'll catch up. Oh, I've missed it. Where did it go? Ah, there we go. Jamie Drew. I've been offered a Van der Werf, right? So let's have a wee look at Van der Werf, right? Let's get the play page back up. Van der... Oh, sure. Van der Werf. Check him out. It's Cincinnati. My guess is you can't see my face right now, but I am surprised. I'm like, who is this guy? 31-year-old defender. Oh, why have I never seen this guy before? Wow, those scores are nice. I think that's quite misleading, by the way. His last 5 is shown as 62. That's a 62 with 4 DNPs. That's a wee bit cheeky. Must be some sort of bug in the, you know, maybe when SoRare data have updated this, maybe there's a little glitchy thing in this. I suppose it does show you that he's only played 20% of the matches. I suppose that's probably the way that system has been. Yeah, it's probably the way the system's always operated. But I've just never seen an example of something quite good. He looks decent enough. I don't know if he's playing, mate. I've never heard of the guy. I've got a few Cincinnati players. I do find that surprising / concerning for your trade. For your Figueroa, so is it? Oh, right, okay. If you've got Main or Figueroa, I would be doing that trade because Main or Figueroa is like 40. Oh, I can't even spell Figueroa. How have you spelled it? What was my marbles tonight? Oh, I wasn't too far. Figueroa. Yeah, it's Main or Figueroa. You must be. Yeah, I would be selling that, mate. I'd be doing that trade. Well, I don't know. Houston is 37, man. He will get minutes. I don't think that's really without question. So he got minutes last year to get fit. Wow. Scores get really good. The thing with Houston, right, mate, it's a really tough one. Van der Werf, what I would do if I was you, mate, I've not heard anything about the guy. I've been following Cincy kinda well. I really don't know. I don't know Van der Werf's position. Should you sell Main or Figueroa if you get a good price for him that's profitable for you? You can be trading into something that is better. Then I would. He's 37, pal. You're not going to have too many more opportunities to make a profitable trade on that position. So it's up to you. You either accept that, you know, I'm keeping him for this season. If he pulls me something, he pulls me something. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Or you try and look for that opportunity that you can take to actually sell him and move him on. 2 seconds, guys. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So it's a really tough one. Let me go check back in with the comments. Let me see. Is it still possible to download the Excel sheet you show sometimes to track the player? Chris, so it's not a download. It's actually a video. So if you hop onto my channel, I've put it in a few playlists deliberately so that a lot of people can find it, or more people can find it. But it's just called Free Spreadsheet, I think. So if you even just YouTube search Quinny Free Spreadsheet, it should come up. In the description of the video, there's an email address. It's like mighty.quinn3001@gmail.com. I think I'm actually overdue for sending out a bunch of them, but just email that, an empty blank email, put something funny in it, put nothing in it, whatever, I don't really mind. What I do once a week normally, I think I missed it last week, but I normally just open that email account up and just respond to everyone sending the sheet out. So it's not a download or anything, Chris. You can have it anytime you want, pal. It's free. Just need to find the video, get the email address, send the email, and then probably for the next day or two I'll probably ping them out again because I know I'm a bit behind for it. It was a goal from Lyon that was loaned. I think he will be loaned again. Oh, he was loaned out, was it? I think he will be loaned again, and if so, he plays. Yeah, that could be a good one, Stefan. fucking went and forgot his name now. Where was he? Let's go see this goalkeeper again. If he's a loanee. Where the fuck are you, Stefan, with that goalkeeper? Jakubec. Right, so I'm going to need to do, right? I'm going to bring this guy back up again. I wonder if it's you that's trying to sell him, Stefan. I'm just going to, guys, I've got a feeling the broadband and all that is working a bit better on my connection, so I'm just going to fix the play page just to throw my wee camera back on it. Just 'cause it feels weird looking at a screen. This might sound really vain or whatever, but it feels really weird for me looking at a screen that just has like that blue banner at the bottom without non-display capture. Sorry, without, you know, a little cam in it. You know, so I'm just going to add that back in. Well, if it's sticky, just let me know and I'll get it pulled out. The fuck did I pick again? Video capture. Here we go. Boom. Add source. Sweet as you like. Okay, just need to make sure it's not giant. So I want to know, guys, somebody check the market for me. Is it Stefan that is selling this Jakubec? And then let's get that on screen. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So wait. But 0.33, if he is on loan, he's 24. He could go on loan again, as you say. I want to know, is he... Let me check. I'm going to check out on my phone. Sorry about being a wee bit unsocial, guys, but you can see everything that's on the screen. I'm going to check on my phone. I'm just going to search him on... What am I going to search him on? I'm going to search him on FootMob, because I like FootMob for this kind of thing. Let me make sure I plug my phone in. Jakubec. Oh, so he is on loan. In 12 matches, he's got 4 clean sheets. Had 2 penalties faced, didn't save any of them. Before this season, he was on loan last year in Belgium, not sure what club. Played 14 games, got 3 clean sheets. So he's actually improved his form, and before that he was in Slovakia. In his career, yeah, he's went to Lille, played in the B team. He's been on the same team. He's been there on loan for 2 years, amassing 33 appearances. It could be good, man, but see, a guy like this, the problem you've got with a Jakubec is that he goes back to Slovakia or Slovenia, because if you're not cutting the mustard, you know, he's not even cutting the mustard for Krojic. And Krojic, the last time I checked, are like a bottom 5 Belgian team. So if you're not getting in as a goalkeeper there at the age of 24 when you've been loaned in from a bigger team, you know, it's tough, man. 0.33 here, Stefan. See what I was saying? He bought 3 at once. Good man, very smart. If you back him, what I would say, right, see a guy like this, I would very gladly, very gladly pay 0.3 for a guy like this. If I was buying training goalkeepers, I'm like, if they come off, brilliant, and if they don't, I'm just going to bank them as a training goalkeeper. They'll always be in training, and I'll stick them with my kids that never play football and just rank them up over time. So if you have the need for a goalkeeper like I've described, then this guy could be brilliant, because the flip of a coin. A transfer next year to not Krojic, I don't see them buying him if they're not even playing him when he's on loan, but if it's a transfer to even a similar standing club in Holland, Belgium, even Portugal. There's another guy, Stefan, you'll like this, you probably know him already. He's been loaned from Lille, probably to Boavista. I can't remember what club it is, but his name is Leandro. I think he's got a card, and his card is down as being Leo Jardim. And he's been really good this year. I'll pull him up on screen actually if any of you haven't seen this guy. So he was the Lille backup goalkeeper. And at the beginning of this season he got cards. I was really close to back. Is that how you spell it? I'm sure it is. Yeah. So you can see he's got a new season picture. He got some this season Lille cards, and then the loan went through. And you can see his scores. They're really good. He doesn't sell for cheap now either. And you can probably imagine the price your Jakubec is. This guy was that type of price when the Lille 20 to 21 cards came out. And even though Boavista have been hacked, you know, they're really crap this year. This guy's been pulling out some scores because he's facing a lot of shots. Stefan, if you think he's got a wee bit of the Leo Jardims in him, then you could be like, great, buy 3 of them for 0.1 basically. That's lovely if you've done that. So yeah, really like that. Let's see what we've got here. Is it still possible? I've read that, sorry. Mike, how's it going? Mike Antonio. Hi Quinny, here's one for you. Would you stick with Tim Melia for Kansas or try and go for Willis at Nashville to pair with Zimmerman or Jimmy Miller for Dallas? Out of those 3, Mike, I would actually stick with Amelia. for the simple fact that Kansas are a much more stable entity than Nashville. Nashville did great last year, don't get me wrong, right? But see, one thing that you're missing, I don't know if we spoke about this, I've read the episode, the MLS preview I've got that includes Nashville in the episode is out. So it's episode 1 or 2, I can't remember which, I think it's episode 2. I don't know if we speak about that when we go over Nashville, right? But see, with Nashville, Philly, the Revs, Nashville, you can maybe even say KC. A lot of clubs really benefited from the fact that the fixtures last year, if you're not aware of this in MLS, was confined specifically to Eastern Conference and Western Conference. So what normally happens, right, if you don't know this, is let's say you're KC, Sporting Kansas City. You will play everyone in your conference twice, home and away. And then the opposite conference, so for Sporting KC, it'll be the Eastern Conference, you will play all of those teams once, and you will play half of them at home and half of them away, and it's on alternating years. So, or I think it is anyway, I don't know if it's quite as controlled as that, but typically speaking, if New York City go away to Kansas this season, they won't go away to Kansas next year. Kansas will go to New York, and vice versa. So that's normally kind of how it runs, to the best of my memory. So, point being, Nashville did great last year. They looked amazing, right? But they were only playing East Conference teams. I can't remember what conference Nashville's in at the moment. Whereas next season they're going to be playing East and West. They're going to do a lot more travelling. They're going to have a lot more games. It's going to be much more of a proper season. So as much as Zimmerman and Willis were amazing last year, you know, they played each team in the conference 4 times. You know, it was a really odd season. So some guys, I've not got any Nashville guys. The only Nashville guy I would be really tempted to buy would be Randall Leal. I've seen him play. I've seen him play for Nashville, and I really liked him. Mike can really like enjoying the videos, pal. It's great to see. So for me personally, I'll go with Tim Melia, because Kansas have still got the same manager, Pete Vermees, very experienced guy in MLS. Kansas won the Western Conference last year, and you know they've got a really powerful fire line. I've got 2 of their midfielders. I've got Eli Sanchez and Gadi Kinda. I think they'll have another really good season. Don't think they'll win their conference, but I definitely think they're top 3 potential, maybe top 4 if they're not as good as I think they'll be. And subsequently, the only goalkeeper in MLS I don't have that I would like to have is Tim Melia. So, if you've got Tim Melia and you're worried about should I go and get Maurer, should I get Willis, I'd be happy with Amelia. Time will tell if I'm right or not. Just my opinion, that's all it is. Maurer at Dallas. Dallas have similar qualities to Kansas, but Dallas don't really have that top end talent that Kansas carry with Johnny Russell and Pulido and those kind of Sanchez and these types of guys. So I'd stick with Amelia. 100% Mike. Just out of curiosity, Mike, your surname, is it Cypriot by any chance? Stefan, for MLS and under 23, I bought Lucas Beltran. Inexpensive, but I was only able to buy one. Lucas Beltran is a name I know. I'm surprised that he's under 23, but because that name makes me want to think that he's like 30 or something. I don't know why. Maybe there's another Beltran who used to be in MLS who's maybe old or retired or something. He looks good. I'm guessing you mean for Champion America rather than for MLS, unless he's transferred. Lucas Beltran looks okay. He's quite cheap, yeah. I suppose you maybe picked one up cheaper because his average price is really low and now it's a wee bit higher. But again, this last 5 pish of 77, but he's only played 1 match. It's a wee bit misleading. So do be careful with those because yeah. So Crippy, are you selling a Jardim? I'm not buying one, by the way, just so you know. Big admirer. Well done on you if you bought them cheap. If anyone's looking for a Leo Jardim, then it looks like Crippy is selling one. So yeah. Do you think Pulido starts? Pulido starts every game. Pulido will start every single match Kansas can get him on the pitch for. No 2 ways about it. I watched Kansas twice, I want to say. Might have been 3 times. No, I definitely watched him twice last year. And it was the first game I owned Pulido that he was playing in. I stayed up and watched, I think I watched the first half before I fell asleep. But Pulido is really, really good. And Kansas, trust me, Kansas cannot get him to play enough football for them. He will play every match. The problem you've got with Pulido, Mikey boy, I called it. I know a guy called, he's got his surname Antonio or something, Glasgow. What was I saying there? Sorry. Oh crap, what was I I got distracted there. Oh, Pulido. He's really good, he's really creative, he shoots, he scores, he makes assists, he does all sorts of stuff. But the problem you've got with him is that Mexico, like, he just came back from injury and COVID, all that crap happened, and Mexico took him away when the MLS was on last year. Mexico took Pulido away to Europe to play 2 international matches, and do you know how many minutes he got over both matches? He came off the bench for the last 5 minutes of the first friendly of the 2, and then came back to America, had to quarantine for 2 weeks. I think he came off the bench, then picked up a knock, missed a match. It was a fucking ordeal. COVID restrictions have laxed a bit, and I don't know what Mexico have got on this summer. I don't know if they're involved in Copa America, but they will have qualification. They'll have something on. It is almost guaranteed Pulido will make the squad, much to the frustration of KC fans. So that's the main thing to be worried about with Pulido. But he will play every minute that KC can get him on the pitch for. Make no mistake about it. Guys, I think it's by that time I show you my D3 team. I've been kind of teasing it out. It's not even that great. But there's not that many matches on. There's quite a limit on the cards that can be and will be played. So I'm actually quite hopeful. Now, Gabriel is a previous hero of the gallery. In Europa League, he's been a monster for Arsenal. He's been a monster for me. Didn't play at the weekend. His last Europa League appearance against Slavia. Is it Slavia Prague? Who are they playing now? I've lost track of who they're. I'm sure it's Slavia Prague. He shot 58. So I'm quite hopeful he can get me between 50 and 60 points away, as long as he doesn't get booked. Can score a goal as well, which would be lovely. Ao Tanaka, captain, of course. Hale Kawabe is in good form, away to a really strong team that you'll need to be on his best for. But it's either him or Grujic in midfield, alongside Ao Tanaka. Or I could drop Kawabe. And I could bring up either Mancini or Robbo. So let me know in the comments below. Oh, actually, do you know what? I think I might pull up Robbo because Victor Vazquez, not Victor Vazquez. What's the Real Madrid Vazquez? What's his first name again? He's been playing right back because guys are injured and all the rest of it. He literally, I think it was yesterday, the day before, a press article came out about him. He will not be making the Liverpool match. So whoever's going to be playing right back, who do I guess it's going to be? Who could be playing right back? Do they maybe play Ferland Mendy at right back and do something funny? Play a left footer on the right? Who else could they play? I know Carvajal's out. I know Milito's floating about. I don't think he is back. And who else? Maybe Valverde. Valverde could maybe play right back. But I fancy, actually, I'm going to go Robbo. I'm going to beef that up a bit because Real Madrid, Liverpool are at home. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm putting Robbo in that team. Navas shot a 70 against Bayern last time, I think. So, and he came off. They subbed him at half time. I see that PSG did at the weekend. I see that as a whole precaution. So I'm more than happy to play Navas. Ao Tanaka. The only worry I've got with Ao is that, you know, Kawasaki are playing Vispa. It is Vispa, isn't it? Vispa, who are newly promoted side. Maybe they rotate. That's my only concern really with this team. Sane didn't play it. He didn't start at the weekend. So I think he starts against PSG. I think Robbo starts. I think Gabriel, Navas. I think they all start. Ao Tanaka, who I have captained like a tit, but I'm going to stick with it because if he plays, he's my biggest hope of a big score. Outside of Sane, the only reason I would put Ao ahead of Sane is because Bayern are away, and PSG under Poch, they're quite difficult to read. And Sane, Sane is really good, but see, without Lewandowski to put in those crosses he's making, that space, you know, Lewandowski is just, I'm not his biggest fan in terms of like, when people go nuts, oh, Lewandowski's amazing, yeah, he is amazing, right? But I just don't really like him, you know. But you can't take away the guy's got mega talent. He's one of the best strikers of the 21st century very easily. But without him being up front, some of Sane's good work, you're not going to have the same quality to get on the end of it and potentially punish the opposition. So our extra player, who are we putting down here? Is it Hale Kawabe? Yeah, we'll drop Hale in here. From out the midfield, who would we make captain? I think I would make Mancini captain in this situation now because he's at home. Roma are in control of the tie. That's why I went for Kel Sherpin over Paul Lopez, because Italians at home in Europe, they'll be happy with a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw with the Mikey reckons it's Nacho in a right back. Nacho, the 31-year-old centre back. No problem. Robbo is all about that life. Mickey Yamain instead of Gabrielle. Is that your recommendation to me, Stefan? I don't know if that's if you're trying to turn the dagger in my heart and in my back. But I sold Mickey Yamain in January for a quarter of a coin to FI understudy. Fucking want it back. Jared Baker is telling me that he's enjoying the stream. If you can see the live chat, check out Jared. He is having a great time. Jared, thanks a lot for joining us, pal. Oh, Jesus. So that's my game week, guys. I say I've got two competitive lineups out. I'm hopeful they do well. There's not that many matches, as you can see. I think Sagan Tosu could be a really big playing team this week because Gamba have been really floundering. Man City, Ruben Diaz, if you've got Ruben Diaz in your team, could be a good week to be playing him. Chelsea, Havertz is in form. Chelsea are at home, that'd be good. And then it's Ajax and Roma and your Gabriel if you've got one. So there's not much going on. So I'm hoping my cards can come to the party again. And again, from looking at the scores I picked up in the last game week, like I say this all the time, guys. I can't remember. I think I said it on the last stream, but your SoRare gallery, when it gets to the kind of stage mines is at, is it's like a lottery ticket. All the winning numbers are there. You just need to work out what ones are going to come out this week. So I've got much less choices to pick from. So hopefully it's been a bit easier to make sure the good ones are together and we get a nice big score. That being said, I don't see there being the same entry volume to D3 certainly. Maybe D4 because some people will probably just throw in free cards. Fucking hope they get some EFR. So I don't think you'll see too much change in the D4, but the D3 I think it'll be I don't think there'll be many teams going out, and it's one of the joys I've had of my gallery over the last April, so the last 4 or 5 months, is that because my gallery is really big, right? And so whenever I look at it a lot in terms of just try to shape it, trim it, add a wee bit more here, maybe sell 1 or 2 pieces there, that kind of thing, and the thing I'm always a wee bit annoyed at myself at, right, when I look at my gallery, is that I have like, I'm at players. I have probably SoRare data's probably not the best to kind of display this, but I have like so I've got like 140 cards, right, but I've got like a really good D4 and D3 contingent for Champion Euro. I've got a really good contingent for probably Challenger D4, All-Star D4, All-Star D3. I've got a little contingent for Asia D3, and I've got a really good contingent for MLS D4 and D3. Now that sounds like a lot, right? But that is within 130 to 140 cards. I have all of that, so there's not really too much fat. There's not too much excess. There's not too, a lot of my cards are big cards, powerful, whatever. Whereas I see a lot of guys that are doing really, really well in the market now that didn't go for big cards. They went for okay cards, like Stefan's doing with his Jakubek, but by multiples. I didn't really do that too much. I really did drop the ball. Like my gallery could be doing a lot better in that respect. I just realised I still got my jacket on. If I took my headphones off, what do you call it? So, what's the whole point of that again? So your main gets sold in January because I tell you what I've done, right? I don't know if I've said this on camera before, right? So I can live or die by this. I sold your main for a quarter of a coin, and I sold Dorsch and Lucimi, all 3 of them really close succession, right? And in total, the Lucimi and the Dorsch, I think I got just under half a coin at the time, which was a really good rate at that time. And so I got about 3/4 of a coin, and that would have been in January. What did I buy in January? I think that might have funded. I bought Barco and Akinola Super Rare from Pavel Trader. no, not from Pavel, actually, from someone else. That's a lie. From somebody else who was like selling their gallery for a combined of 0.66. So, or 0.6 because they're 0.6 it was. So they might have funded 2 super rares for me. I cannot remember. But the reason I made that decision to sell the Yamain and the Dorsch and all that then, right, and it's actually it's a lesson to be learned, right, from me personally, right. But I done that because they were really liquid cards. I could drop them in the market and they would sell, and I've got the ETH and I can go. I was definitely involved in negotiations because I had to raise ETH to actually go, do you know what, let's actually snag this deal. And what I did to replace Yamain is I bought Tony Sunjic here, right? Now, I've spoken about Tony Sunjic before in the video. China, the Chinese Super League is back on the 20th of April. Now, I've got no idea if this guy is going to cut the mustard, right? Can I open his actual page? I've got no idea if this guy's actually going to cut the mustard. It didn't cost me that much money. As you can see, he's actually a Dynamo card, but he's went to Henan Jian'an, right? Now, these are not actually misleading stats like earlier, but he played the last 7 games or 6 games, whatever, in China. 50, 62, 66, 68, 76, 53. I don't think he's getting any goals. I don't think he scored any goals. I might be wrong. Actually, I think that's what Taylor's wanted it. Scored... Yeah, decisive 35. So that means he didn't do anything. Decisive 35 means he didn't do anything. Yep, 35 decisive. 35 decisive. 35 decisive. So no goal contributions, and that is a really solid last 5 average, like 65, and that's like... So I'm hoping he can replace Yamin in terms of the output I was getting from him. That was the plan anyways. I thought I'll buy this guy really cheap, fingers crossed he comes good, sell the Yamin, buy something else, blah blah blah. But I was actually looking at Fraser's magnets. Do you know what I was thinking about doing? I've got these whiteboards here. As I was thinking, and this isn't a lie, I actually thought about this earlier today. As I thought, so I've been redoing my boards and planning videos and trades and all sorts of stuff. What I thought to myself is, I'm going to get 2 magnets from Fraser, because these whiteboards will take a magnet, I'm sure. I'm going to get the Goretzka I sold, the rare, I think it's number 33 or 32, and I'm going to get the Yamane I sold, because they're both really important lessons for me, and I'm going to stick them on this little board so that I remember those lessons. The Yamane lesson that is positive is the fact that I can liquidate something, and you know, I knew I could do that, right? But what the downside to selling the Yamane for a quarter of a coin is, an SO5 monster like Mickey Yamane, like Nikola Vlasic, like Pozuelo. I'm only talking about guys I've got because they're the best ones I can talk about, is ones I know. The ones that are proper SO5 monsters are always worth keeping, because you know, you just need to look at your main scores from this season. I think it's hit 100 twice or something like that, you know. So selling for a quarter of a coin at a time was a good rate, and I say it really helped me kick on and go buy some stuff. I don't remember exactly what. I may actually go and buy him again if he's at 650. That's a fucking great price for you. I mean, really, he's a boss defender. We'll just be that red score. I might buy him. You see, I might buy him. 1 month average is a bit high. Maybe try and pull that down. I think if I could pick up Yamane for... I'd happily buy Yamane again. I really miss the guy. Look at that new picture. Might get a new season one. Maybe that's what I'll do. But yeah, so that's part of the lesson I want the Yamane sticker for, or magnet, is like SO5 monsters don't go out of fashion. You know, they're always worthwhile having. And if you don't desperately need D for, sometimes you're better to sell them. And the Goretzka one, I don't need you to tell. I don't need to tell you what the lesson is. I'm trying to remember myself from that. Mike Antonio, last Q. If you have time, Quinny, no problem. Do you think Nani is a good backup striker for Pulido, even with his age? Also, do you have any hopes for Carlos Gil? Now, both of those guys, Mike. Carlos Gil is widely renowned in the SoRare circles as being one of the best guys you can get for SO5, and I can see why. And I would probably say, with the injury that Nicolas Ladero picked up this week, Carlos Gil will be very, very valuable to have, right? Very valuable. Nani is so slept on, it's not even true. Nani will play probably 3/4 of the matches for Orlando. He won't play every game, right? Nani will probably play 3/4 for Orlando. They've also signed Pato. They've still got Chris Muller. They've got a really, really robust team from last season. They've got a really good coach, finally. And Nani, if you ever watch Orlando, even just highlights, and you see Nani in particular, he is fighting when he's on the pitch. Nani, when he's went to MLS, what I've seen of him anyway, is he thinks he's Ronaldo in the best possible way. And what I mean by that is, he goes there and he's like, you know, I've won Champions League, I've won Euros with Portugal, I've done this, I've done that. But he's not kind of going to MLS to pick up a paycheck. He's going to MLS to, like, you know, make a name for himself in America, and he gives it his all the way. So with Pato joining as well, I have a little pal, the guys that are at the same level, if you like, and I think Nani will be an amazing card. I actually want one. I'm not ready to buy one because I've discussed, I've got like plans and stuff like that. I'm quite careful with my trades. But if you're in the market for that kind of thing, then Nani is much cheaper than Carlos Gil. I don't even need to check to know that, because I know Carlos Gil, or heel, will be really expensive. But Nani, I think, is very much slept on. Orlando will have a good year, and Nani will be a big part of it. Penalty taker, free kick taker, you name it. For China, I think the best players, from Stefan, is Son John Ho. I think you're right there. He was one of the best players in the K-League last season. Has he played in China yet? But I'm not too sure on that, Stefan, so clarify that for me. Can't wait for China. Have Djondjic and Tiquinho fired up. I think Tiquinho could do really well. He's a Brazilian guy that came from Porto, moved to China. So those guys could do. I know Djondjic done well in the K-League, was it, before? So those guys, yeah, they could do well. I was saying to somebody in that group chat yesterday, I wonder if Arnautovic will be good this year in China, if he's even still there. If you have an Arnautovic card, let it be known. Let us know your thoughts. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I've got to say, guys. I'm really happy to do Q&As or whatever. In terms of MLS questions, I don't think the episode of Orlando is out yet. I'm not even sure what episode that's going to be in, Mike. But all clubs are covered now. As I say that, guys, right, I'll tell you this because you're here on the stream with me, and you've been sitting with me for an hour. Listen to me talk nonsense. There's 2 teams, right, that haven't made my MLS preview to end them all, right? So I'm in 2 minds whether to just do a wee supplemental, record it myself, and maybe just sling it out one day this week, and it's a wee 10-minute, 5-minute video, you can watch it if you want. Or I might try and talk to somebody who hasn't featured yet in the series that I would like to, and maybe try and pull them in. And the 2 teams are RSL and Houston Dynamo. So they're 2 clubs that you can see why they've not been included yet. They're quite easily forgotten this year, but RSL could be okay. Houston Dynamo, I just don't like them. I've just never been a fan. No problem at all, Mikey. Happy to help some. So guys, let me check. Let me check my other things, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. So SoRare Data Cup. I was drawn up against JFraz. And I seen his team, and I seen my team. We had 1 or 2 doublers. I think we both had for Sharon. And it was coming down to today. He was ahead of me. I needed things to happen. I'm not sure if they have. They've not. Oh my god, 1 point! 6-10 plays 6-11. 1 point he's beat me by. Let's hope for an Opta adjustment. Hakimi Mancini. Look at my back 3. Nailed it. Midfield. SoRare, SoRare, Verts and Verscharen, very much a letdown trio there. And then my striker's done great. And then I didn't need anyone off the bench. So it was just really midfield. I put Keys my sub, so it's probably for the best. I captained Vlasic, it's probably my best midfield. I should have just kept. If I captained Depay, I win this, easily. Jay Fraz, he went with Paul Lopez, who DNP'd. Well, he's got a bench player, I suppose. Weindal captain, good move. We both had Mancini, Lisandro Lopez, Sven Botman. For Sharon, we both had Lakonga, Pellegrini. Vlasic, we both had Junior Ito and Stengs. And who's his goalkeeper off the bench? Fucking Akinfeev! Coming back to haunt me. He shot a 60, kept a clean sheet for a change. Ah, you bastard. But he had Seferovic on the bench. Haris Seferovic, by the way. That guy must have watched that video on my channel. Ever since I made it, he's been on the photo. Well, not ever since I made it, but I'm reminded every time he scores a goal. So I'm on 9.7. And what's J Franz on? Oh, it's not even a full point, man. Oh, Opta adjustments. Chris Taylor, I have a card stuck and transferring for over 20 hours. Is there any way I can check with the token ID or whatever? Chris, to be honest with you, mate, that question's above my head. If you want that question answered, the best place to go is Discord. Someone, I promise you, will answer that in no time at all. Chris sent an email for the spreadsheet. Brilliant. I'll pick up with that. And Stefan, he will play. Yeah. No, I know he's there now, Stefan. But he's transferred there in the off season. I was asking. I don't think he's actually played in China yet. So I know he was really good in Korea. But again, he's obviously going to do well, I think, But I would always be a wee bit hesitant to jump on something like that until, who knows. Just talking shit now, I think. Sun Jun Ho's a big player. Big player in Korea. Right, okay. So let's check One Shot League. I don't think I've done too well over there. Am I still logged in? Guys, none of these have added me as a friend on One Shot League yet. I'm pretty gutted. I thought I'll get about 20 of them rolling from the stream and then we'll have a little network making. Because I think what the friends thing will allow us to do, I think it is only the beta stages now, but when they move this on a level, so when you've got friends, you may be able to make little mini community leagues and stuff like that, and just like compete with your pals, kind of thing. So, on SoRare data, I just lost the last match. Oh, okay. Oh, you lost the last match, Stefan. Unlucky, pal. Who was it against? Anyone we know? Professor Techers is in second. Wow, good on you, pal. Surface Air Missiles in fourth. Good to see that. Top 10, we don't know anyone else. And then I am in 1,124th overall. Winning that for Sharon was amazing. If any of you don't know, I won it for Sharon. My second for Sharon from my pool. Let's click on that, see if that shows me. I'm not too sure if this one-shot league thing has been a wee bit dicky because it knows. See, I should have my team from. It's just not loading up. I should have my team from last week. Yeah, there we go. Live. And what's happened? Charleroi and Standard Liège. Why have I not got scores for these guys? This score is only temporary until the end of it. So Charleroi and Standard Liège, have they played their game? Is it Morioka or Marioka? I always forget. I just looked at it. Double check it. For fuck's sake. Oh, Morioka. Ah. Did you play this game week, Ryota? I get 2 DNPs in my one-shot league, that'll be pretty annoying. Oh, you fucking did DNP, didn't you, bastard? That's annoying. And Bocade doesn't tell me anything, does it? Does it? 9th of April? Yeah, 0, didn't play. Raging. Okay. I saved my Paul on Uachi. I played another one of my power-ups. And I think that's all I've really done. Okay, let's go quickly check the SoRare Mega. Check that out. Guys, any more questions or anything? Hit me up. Let me know what's going on. We'll check the SoRare Mega thing. See if I don't think, what is it, top 3 that win something in each division or top 1? Not too sure. Yeah, start playing. Come on, man. Oh, come on. SoRare Mega, you know me. I've linked my account. I've been here. Come on, SoRare Mega. Do I need to do this every time? Do you need to do this every time with SoRare Mega? Or is it just me? Let me know. Authorize. Hurry up, man. Ah, Mikey is my first pal on One Shot. Mike, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's just saying play. Oh, we need to go back a game week, don't we? So let's go back a game week. Right, Mega 8. Live results. Okay, so I'm against somebody? And then what? I thought it was like a leaderboard thing. So is it you play somebody and then it's 484 from me? That looks good. It's in green. Nemeka and Depay nailed it. Oh, but I got the defence right. Machida and Jedlin both done well. Midfield has fucked me over all game week, man. And my midfield is probably one of my most prized assets of my gallery. Midfielders are the position I have the most. Have the most players available in, and when I have my premium guys like my Tanaka, my Vlasic and Versharin and whatever, not really stepping up. This is annoying. Now, I don't know if this is just me, right? So Mega, I'm going to check Mega 5, right? So that's a bit more exciting than 3. So we had 484, and this one we had Zio Tips, 291, so I've won again, which is cool. This is his team. Don't want to see his team, I want to see my team. Who did I have over here? Sane, crap. Oh, it's the back that saved me again. 85 Van der Voort, Tio and Renato. But Verts and Sane let me down there. And then let's check. Let's check the Mega 3. So would I need to win a card in this? Do I need to finish top or something? I thought it was. I don't really know. Stop moving. There we go. What do I need to do to win in this? Oh, Mikey boys added me on one shot as well. Mikey's my first pal. I've added you on one shot. I think it's only for yourself though. Oh, okay. So I won't get to see it. That's crap. No friends requests or anything. Managed to get that Van der Werf traded in. Okay, now, okay. I hope you checked the Van der Werf first in terms of his credibility. Oh, the Mega 3 was me against Willie. Who won? Oh, you've got to be joking. I won everything. Oh, fucking Key. Fucking Key. Who did Willie play? Fucking Quaz's Vila. Of course he did. Vaco. Dybala played football? What? And Pedro. Willie, I'll get revenge on you one of these days. Okay. I won every other mega thing. Did okay in the one shot. I did actually shit in the one shot. You know why I said that. And I'm 1 point behind on SoRare data. Oh, that's a kick in the balls. Guys, I think I'm ready to love yous and leave yous. I've had a good bit of fun on the stream tonight. I'm not really worried too much about going through fixtures and picking teams and whatever. So I had some great questions come from you. I'm happy to hang about here for what is it? It's 20. I'm happy to hang about for another minute or two. There's still 20 Bs here. More than happy to have some more interaction and keep going with these. If there's any more questions, Q&As, or anything like that. Malky, did you find out about the Van der Werf? You know, does he look like a starter? Let me know. The only kind of key component in the defence I'm aware of is Matarita, because I have his cards and biased, of course. It's a thing you get as well, guys, and I've been getting, I don't know if lazy is the word, but I've been getting really specialist, been really lasering in on my gallery. So see like Van der Werf, for example, these guys, Andrew at Rotowire, what team was it we were talking about? I'm not even going to tell you, right? Andrew at Rotowire showed me a player on MLS, it's in the video, and I was blown away. I've never even heard of this. I vaguely recognise his name, right? Let's just say I've never heard of him, and he's really cheap. It's like 32, and he's got some monster scores. And if you're starting out, this guy's amazing. So watch out for that video. It'll be out at some point in the next couple of days. Not too sure what episode it'll be in. But anyway, point being, when he shows me people like that, when you guys talk about players, you're like, look at this one, look at that one. It's really good for me to kind of open my eyes, and I hope the stream maybe offers something like that to yourself, maybe some cards I have or some things we talk about or whatever. But like I said earlier on, guys, my gallery's like quite big, but it's quite round. You know, I don't have too much fat. I've got quite a good spread and a good coverage in most of the regions. I'll show you my kind of breakdown. This is kind of what I do, right? So what I'll do is I'll go into like Champion America, for example, and then don't you just hate it when that screen comes up? It gives you the fear. It gives me the fear. Challenger Europe. No cards yet. Filters are playing up perhaps. Maybe someone... There we go. So, what page are we on? Oh, page 5. Maybe that's why. Maybe because it was set on page 5. Sometimes they can be a wee bit funny with that. If you're on page 5 without a filter, and then with the filter there would only be 2 pages. Sometimes you get some weird... It might be what happened there. So let's try Champion America now. Yeah, okay, so it works now. So we don't have 5 pages, we'll get 3. So, and then what I'll do next is I'll have a look at my positions. And then let's just see if the maths balances out. So first of all, I see 8 keepers, 8 defenders. That's perfect. 20 midfielders, 6 forwards. So I'm light of 2 forwards, right? If all my goalkeepers play, right? Now you can probably tell from the screen already, I have 2 goalkeepers on the screen that definitely don't play. I actually have a third copy of him, so I've been stacking up on him because why not? He's been cheap enough. So of the goalkeepers I have that might play, Cisniga will probably play, let's say he plays 10 matches this season. Clark will play every game. Kripal should play every game. Blake will play every game unless he's called away to international duty with Jamaica. And Titan will play every game as far as I'm concerned. So I've got, let's say, 3, 4, we'll include Kripal, we'll say 4 starting goalkeepers and a 5th maybe, okay? So defenders, does that marry up? Okay, so we'll take the goalkeepers away, we'll have a look at the defenders. Okay, so I can tell you that now, Marco Farfan won't play more than 15 games unless something crazy happens with his form's amazing or injury happens. And I don't really think Danny Wilson's going to play every game either. And I wouldn't be, I think the rest of them will. So I've got Matarrita, Valenzuela, Segura, Robinson and Mensah. I think they'll all play. But as you can see, guys, it's quite thin, isn't it? I don't really have that much depth. But I've got Valenzuela, Segura, Robinson and Mensah. That's 2 really good rares and 2 really good under 23 rares. And then I've got 2 super rares. So it's like, mathematically quite well balanced. Midfield, it's quite a similar story. I've got like enough to play. And I've got some guys on the fringes like Justin Hack, Thomas Roberts, Kevin Paredes, Seb Berhalter, Gideon Zelalem. I've got a few guys that are fringe, but then I've got Zella Ryan, Morgan, Bassett, Fontana, Hindman, Eli, Gadi Kinda, Keaton Parks, Williamson, Pozuelo, Sands. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going to do the maths on it. I know my midfield count stacks up. And then when I look at my forwards, again, it's really lean. I don't have that much room for error in terms of if like 3 of these guys get injured, I'm screwed. But I've got Akinola, Higuain, Toy, Vela, Chicharito, and Johnny Russell. I sold my Pulido for 0.4 of a coin right after I bought my key to kind of balance the books a little bit. And like I said earlier on, I was talking about Pulido, he will play every match that Kansas can get him on the pitch for, but he will leave from national duty. And I'm quite happy that I don't need to worry about that. Honestly, it was a pain in the arse last year, I'm not gonna lie, but he'll be great and he'll shoot some big fucking scores. So that's how I kind of. So when I look at each region, I kind of break it down in that sense, and then you can get a notepad out, get the notes out on your phone, get a whiteboard if you're crazy like me, and then go the next layer down. Like, right, okay, Eric Williamson, will he play America, Global, under 23s, right? He'll probably play this. What about this guy? Where will he play? Right, who's excess? Who's liability cover? Whatever. So, yeah, quite well rounded and quite well excited for all the new cards to come out. So when MLS comes out, the new season, I'm going to buy some new season cards. I've got like 4 or 5 of them written down who I want. 4. But I'm not really in a rush, like I've got a good complement of cards, really happy. I just want the season to start and just get playing. That's what I'm all about. And it can't be said enough, guys, with everything that's kind of happened over the weekend, and I say that if you're on Twitter, everything that's happened over the weekend and or last week or however long it's been going on for, who knows. It's a game. This is a game. If you don't enjoy it or you're starting to lose enjoyment, there's nothing wrong with switching off for a week. Don't log on to Twitter. Come back, just play the game. Watch the channel. Just watch the videos, that's all you need to do. Don't need to worry about all this other stuff. Get involved in the clubhouse and all the rest of it. Because it is a game, you should be having fun, you should be enjoying it. You should be enjoying collecting cards. If you're not, then you need to be asking yourself some other questions. Are you overcommitted, undercommitted? Do you have enough, do you not have enough? Blah, blah, blah. Is it really for you? Or whatever, Because and I can't say this enough, guys, I'll probably leave these with this, right? Let me just check the comments. Bocadi, DNP and Morioka injured. Cheers, Chris. Bit late to tell me that. And yeah, it was just the Van der Werf comment again. What was I going to leave you with there? I was going to tell you something profound. I think it was profound anyway, I might just make that up. What was I just going to say, Tease? What was I just going to say, Tease? I just noticed when I put my hands on my head here that I've not got all my lights in this. I've just been going with a big bulb up here. So, the lighting, guys, I hope it's been okay for you. What was I just going to say there? Talking about MLS and get stuck in and all that game. Oh yeah, see from the minute, and I mean the minute, that I understood this. Like, cause, see before I made a video, and you can go find the very first video I made on this. Before I made a video, I took a full week, didn't talk about it, didn't do it. I just went and learned as much as I could in a week, understood what went on, how it works, how you do well, how it can do well, blah blah blah. And after that week, like, I was locked in. I'm like, this is a winner. This is going to do great. This is a fantastic game. It ticks boxes I've been looking to get ticked my whole life, basically. And the NFT technology enables an aspect of global fantasy football and collecting to converge and blah blah blah. I've done videos on it. SoRare is the NFT and why is NFT. You can go check out those videos if you want me to go into it in a bit more detail. It's pre-recorded. You can listen to it any time you want. So when I see people not enjoying it or people not having the ability to actually get enough funds to participate in the game and whatever, it does upset me, because I'm like, this, you should just be buzzing to be involved in this right now, you know, like, see, even if and I say this to people privately, if I found this right now, I would not be able to amass the gallery that I have amassed. I have benefited from being here when there was like 900 users or whatever, but that's, you know, I was the one that was sticking money in when there was only 1,000 people here and buying cards and having fun. You said it, Mike, if you're not enjoying it then. But again, guys, I think it's a wee bit of 21st century culture or whatever. Ross was saying this in Clubhouse, you know, Hendo. But we all want instant success. We all want instant gratification, and that's just human nature, and you'll never get away from that. But again, guys, you need to take a real kind of dose of reality. There's like 11 guys running this company, and it's got like 15, 10, depends what graph you look at, 10 to 15,000 people using the website every day, give or take. The changes they've made, I don't think they've put a step wrong. I don't think any of the changes have ever been lackluster. And the speed of progression for onboarding clubs, like, I was saying this to somebody the other day, like, who was it I bought? I think it was Clivert. When I bought the Justin Clivert Super Rare, I bought that the day that the loan transfer from Roma to Leipzig was announced. At that point in time, it was if I said to you, Leipzig will be on the platform by the end of the calendar year 2021, you'd be like, we'll see. Probably not too likely. Maybe. It's a pure, why are you even talking about that? But now we've got Bayern, PSG, Liverpool, Real Madrid, and all the rest of it all joined the club ever since that moment in time when I bought the Clivert. Me imagining RB Leipzig being on the platform by the end of this calendar year seems kind of realistic. Who knows if it'll happen or not. Point being is the growth is, honestly, don't be spoiled by the growth. Don't let it be wasted on you. Like, I can remember the first couple of cards I bought, and I'll just scroll back to the end of my gallery, okay? You've probably seen these cards because I do reference them a fair bit, right? But see, for me, see, when I look at the first cards I bought, it really does send me through a wee time machine. All the way, honestly, I'll never forget this. I've got a terrible memory, as some of you guys that have been on the channel for a while knows, right? I will never forget this, right? I'd spent a week, I'd been digging into this. I was still working my last like job I had recently, because it was like, yeah, I was still working there, and I finally worked out, so I was like, I was messaging Hybe, I'm like, how do I do this wallet stuff and blah blah blah, but I didn't know about this, but all the rest of it, whatever. Finally got some money in, and the first card I bought was Gabriel, and then I went and I bought a few other guys, which you can see here: Larson, Mancini, Kang, Ferran Torres. There's a SoRare, but I sold my SoRare and bought the 1 of 100, so he's not quite placed correctly in my gallery. But as you can see, I bought, there's 5, 6 rares by the time Mbemba came in. Look at those cards, right? Just look at those cards, right? Imagine they are the biggest clubs. They are the biggest clubs in the platform, minus Juventus and Atletico Madrid, basically. They are the biggest clubs that are on the platform, and they are amongst the highest prospect kind of youngsters that were really available. I think Leon were still here at that time, and I think Leon would have been as well. Of course, I've got the Gabriel, but point stands. This was like the top of the market. These guys were like quite expensive, you know. And if you had a guy that was playing every week for Valencia or Roma, that was like, whoa, you've got a really big card there, you know. Or Gabriel, oh, he's just transferred to Arsenal. That's fucking amazing. And look at them. I said this earlier in the stream. I had a little bit of skepticism and a bit of fear, you know, because I was like, I know somebody just bought this Ronaldo for 12 grand. That's what got me to sign up. Somebody bought the Unique for 12 grand. And then I was like, this is like, I've just bought crypto, I've put in a wallet. Look at these cards. I mean, the ones now look really slick, right? But see, when you're coming onto a platform, there's only Portuguese and Russian and Belgian, Valencia and Leon, team here, team there. It's kind of like, it felt weird. It really did. It did take a big leap of faith to go, do you know what, I'll fuck about with some money and see if I can do well out of it. As you can see, the Ferran Torres only cost me £54 and the Gabriel cost me 45, so as you can see, I wasn't spending, in the grand scheme of things, much money. But putting any money against anything is always a risk, and when it does feel a bit weird, I was more than happy to trust my judgment that, you know what, whatever, all the rest of it. Point being is, do not let the growth don't let it spoil you, you know. Like, and I know some of these will be brand new, and if you are brand new, the growth can't spoil you, but what would urge you to do as much as possible is like, I said this, and I think in the profit and loss video, the surging growth we had, all it did for me was accelerate what I was going to do anyway, or what my plans were anyway, in terms of buys and sells and all the rest of it. It just allowed me to accelerate at an amazing pace. I didn't cash anything out. I compounded down, I upgraded, I bought better, I bought bigger, and it just accelerated me. So when you're brand new, if you're looking at galleries like mine, 'cause I'm on a YouTube channel all the time, or you're looking at guys on Twitter, or your pals in the chat and whatever, you've just got to remember the really biggest difference between you and them is they've been here 6 months, 7 months, 5 months, 2 months, whatever, and you've been here a day, a week, a month, whatever. That is the biggest thing. Time will make up for a lot of things that money can be a shortcut with, in terms of picking a guy up and whatever. But if you put enough time in and you're considered, and again I spoke about this in videos, I'll leave this with you and I'll let you get off to your bed, guys. But if you're considered and you take your time, I've just done a video, top 3 tips to buying, that's what I'm referencing here. If you do that stuff, then you will get that gallery that you aspire to have and you admire as well in time. It's not going to happen overnight at the click of a button. Nothing worthwhile ever does. Anything that's worth having, guys, like, this is the very last thing I'll leave you with, right? This is something that was taught to me when I was 18. If you want to get things that other people don't have, then you need to do things other people won't do. So if you're starting out with £200-300, and let's say there's 10,000 other people, because that's what it looks like there is, that are starting out with that amount of money. If you want to do better than them, then you need to do things that they are not doing. You need to, again, it's in the video, I won't reference it, you can go check it out, top 3 tips to buying. But if you do that kind of stuff and you try and get yourself a different angle on the market or extra information or whatever, then you will do better than those other people. You've both got the same amount of money, but the person that will come out on top is who puts in the extra work, who puts in the time, who enjoys it more. Because see, when you're having fun, guys, like, I don't know if you've ever had this, a job that you really enjoy and a job that you really hate. A job that you really hate, you will do no work in 80% of the time, and you'll be shattered when you finish work, because it's so mentally draining. You hate being there, your boss is a dick, that person you sit next to stinks, that person over there talks shite all day, you'll hate it and you'll be scunnered. Scunnered is a Scottish word for tired when you finish your work. But see, when you do a job that you enjoy, you will work 5 times as hard, and when you finish work, you're not as tired. If anything, you're still kind of up, because you just enjoy. That guy sits next to me, you get great banter with, and that guy over there's always got good chat, and he's cool, and he's got football tickets, and that guy smokes for me on my cigarette break, and you get more out yourself, So again, equally, if you're having fun with the game, you're really enjoying it and you're really engaging with it, you will get more out of yourself. And equally, to leave you with tonight, guys, it is a game, it is an application. You should not be spending 12 hours a day every day of the week on this. I've went through stages like that, and that's when I'm in acquisition and I'm in the market and all the rest of it. But as soon as my market activity's done, I don't really fuck about on SoRare too much anymore. I'll pop in the market, and I've been, oh guys, I can't remember when the last time I checked on stream, right? I think it was right after they came out. Might have been a video. I don't think it was a stream, I think it was a video. But why have you brought up, why would I be searching for Sandro Falcao? Who even is he? But I said to you, I would not be paying the price for Falcao that he was going for. He has been coming down and coming down and coming down. Where is he at now? 165? There was one about 112. 170, yeah. I think the cheap ones have been snapped up. There was one down about 112 or so. I'm hoping to get him for about 0.1ish. In fact, I love Falcao. If you've been on the channel, you know why. Big fan. But he's been coming down steadily in price. And one guy I have noticed as well, and I check on this guy a lot, because I think I will pick him up, because see, to just have, if he starts playing, he's a troll. I know he's a troll, right? But if he starts playing for Fenerbahce, the scores he could be knocking out could be mental. I know in fiat terms, which is pound notes, £218 still isn't small fries. Is that even the cheapest one? I think 110. So it's £170. He is 32. He does have a bit of a spotty record over the last few years. Personally, I would want to be seeing him play football before I buy him, but I am always watching him, and guys like this, he's just not been playing. But anyway, there's opportunities always around you. I don't really, that was my point, I don't really engage with the website as much anymore, unless I'm setting my teams, or maybe I want to list some stuff or whatever, because I'm kind of past that phase. So if you're in that phase now, where you're spending a lot of time on the app and you're doing a lot of time researching, be aware of that, with the intention being that you can start to do that less or stop doing it. You know, you build a couple of teams that you're happy with. You build the first team you're happy with and you can compete at D4 level, whatever it is. But you should really be aware of that